The second work program I look after is the Spreading Excellence and Widening Participation, and this has a very, very different focus from SWAF's. Within Europe, there are very significant disparities among the member states in terms of research and innovation performance. And the aim of the widening work program is to reduce the internal disparities in terms of research and innovation, and is mainly targeted at low-performing member states. I'm going to show a chart of which are the low-performing member states in just a minute. And the objective is to make Europe work in a more streamlined and homogeneous way. And in order to do this, it aims to engage not only with the traditional stakeholders and partners, but also with the wider civil society and citizens. The disparities that this program looks at, mainly due to structural issues such as insufficient national research development and infrastructures investment, lack of synergies between countries' and national research system and EU research landscape, insufficient capacities, and reduced access to international networks of research. It provides, as I mentioned, a targeted approach to help the widening countries, and the widening countries are those that have a performance under the 70% of the EU average of innovation. And this is a list of the eligible member states, which is mainly located in Eastern Europe: Bulgaria, Croatia, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Estonia, Hungary, Latvia, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Malta, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Slovakia, and Slovenia, and there's also a list of associated countries. This chart shows the innovation performance in the European Union, and the blue column shows the EU average. The countries in light green, after the blue one, yellow and orange, are the ones that are considered widening countries. As you can see, the UK is not among the leaders in the innovation performance of the European Union. The leaders are Sweden, Denmark, Germany, and Finland. The UK is just some places behind it, and is what is called an innovation follower. However, there's still room for improving this. Also, taking a stock of other opportunities within Horizon 2020 to improve the innovation performance of the European Union. In terms of the actions supported by the widening program, there are 5 main different types of action. These are the teaming, twinning, ERA chairs, COST, and JPI Urban Europe. The actions that have calls opening in 2016 are teaming, COST, and JPI Urban Europe, but I will talk about all of them so you can get a flavor of what this work program is about. As I have noticed in other sessions that we have had, that there's still a very limited knowledge of what the widening work program is about, as it is mainly aimed at the widening countries, and the UK still has a lot of room for improving its performance and its participation rates. So I will talk about all of those, and if you have any questions, just feel free to ask me. I will start by explaining what teaming is. So teaming is about creating centers of excellence or upgrading existing centers of excellence based at low-performing member states or associated countries. This means that the UK is not eligible to host a teaming center of excellence. However, there is the requirement for the country hosting a teaming center of excellence to have a partner in one of the leading and innovation follower countries. So the UK has an opportunity there to be the partner, the leading example of how a center of excellence should be run. There's no disciplinary restrictions in terms of what the center of excellence should be focused on. And it is just about having partnerships with international leading institutions, this is run in 2 stages. The first stage will be about developing a business plan, and the second stage will be about the implementation of the Center of Excellence. So as I mentioned, in the first stage, it's about developing a business plan, which will need to be developed using a SWOT analysis. And in the second stage, where the main bulk of funding is available for, is the implementation of the Center of Excellence. There will be a competitive review of the stage 1, and then on stage 2, there will be a winner for the implementation based on the quality of this business plan and the SWOT analysis. Eligible costs for teaming are salaries for operational and administrative costs, staff exchanges, and training and dissemination. The research activities as such are not funded, but it's the coordination is the staff salaries, exchanges, and training what is funded through teaming, and fair to say through most of the widening work program, as I will explain to you. The next opportunity is JPI Urban Europe. As you may know, there are 10 joint program initiatives of the European Commission, and the Urban Europe one forms part of the widening work program, as it aims to make the urban areas work in a more equal and homogeneous way across the European Union, and to enhance the capacities in order to support the urban transition towards sustainability in Europe, and development of city regions into knowledge hubs. The next opportunity is the European Research Area, and it's called the ERA chairs. And the ERA chairs aim to create appropriate conditions and opportunities for high-quality researchers with an outstanding track record and leadership to engage with universities and research organizations in the widening countries. So again, the UK is not eligible to host ERA chairs, but it is eligible to be an ERA chair, to be the leading researcher, to move to another institution and to help them improve the research and innovation landscape. These ERA chairs are awarded on a regional basis, so while the UK is not eligible as a whole, there are certain regions, and Wales is one of the regions of Wales and Cornwall, are eligible to participate in the ERA chairs as hosts. So if you have any questions, this is something that is specifically aimed at Wales, and where Wales could have greater opportunities for engagement. To apply for an ERA chair, the University of Research Organization must be a legal entity located in one of the convergence regions. So contact me if you have more questions about this, and I will be able to explain it in greater detail. There are no restrictions in terms of where the ERA chair can come from, so they can come from any member state, and this must be a full-time appointment, and the ERA chair is expected to establish their own team and help the research organization to significantly improve its research performance and be more successful in obtaining competitive funding from a variety of sources, mainly EU funding. About the costs that are eligible, again, is mainly targeted at visits, staff exchanges, workshop, conference, dissemination activities, summer school type activities, and this is not aimed to fund research per se, and it will not cover research costs. Therefore, the equipment and researcher salaries are not covered through the ERA chair opportunities. Twining is the next opportunity I'm going to talk about, and its aim is to address networking gaps and deficiencies between research institutions of widening countries and internationally leading counterparts at EU level. Twining aims to strengthen a defined field of research in an emerging institution, this means a widening country, by linking it with at least 2 internationally leading counterparts in different member states or associated countries, with the aim of enhancing the science and technology capacity of the emerging institution and to help raise its research profile. The costs that are eligible are very similar across the whole work program. So again, is staff exchanges, visits, workshops, conference attendance, school-type activities, dissemination, and other outreach activities, and equipment and researcher salaries are not eligible for funding under Twining. And this call will not open until 2017. And finally, cost. Cost is quite a complex opportunity, as it has its own implementation structure. It forms part of the widening work program. However, this is open at any time, and it has its own source of funding within the Horizon 2020 program, and it has existed long before Horizon 2020 was out there. It provides funding for the creation of science and technology networks, and it differs from twinning in the sense that it has a stream designed specifically for early career researchers who are not yet well integrated in the European and global research landscapes. The networks that it supports are large, pan-European, and open to international partner countries, and they are highly interdisciplinary. They do not involve only academic participants, but also stakeholders in a variety of disciplines. However, they are mainly formed by academics, with 87% of the participants being academics. So for the networking tools that cost funds are mainly management meetings, working group meetings, scientific workshops and seminars, training schools, exchange visits, dissemination and publications, and other networking activities. So in 2016, the JPI Urban Europe it is currently open, and teaming is also open at the moment. Will be open in 2016, with several months for closing. It closes in August and November. Well, I have spoken that the widening program offers opportunities mainly aimed at low-performing member states, and the UK is not one of those low-performing member states. So why should the UK engage? Well, there are several reasons. One is to increase the competitiveness of the UK as a whole. India and China are becoming more competitive in terms of the research and innovation landscape, and the European Union cannot lag behind them, and therefore the widening program provides opportunities specifically aimed at making the European Union more competitive and making it work in a more homogeneous way. However, it will also increase the profile of the research organization that is participating in any of the opportunities that are available through widening, by making it a more intensive research and innovation performer, by increasing its mobility opportunity, by increasing its visibility in other areas of Europe. And it also provides opportunities for mobility of qualified scientists and also early career researchers. In terms of results, the UK has not been very active in comparison to other areas of Horizon 2020. As you can see, Germany is the lead in the widening program, and the UK is one of the medium performers in this program. So there's still a lot of room for building opportunities and participating in the widening work program. So if you have any questions, I have also included other links which can be consulted. One is of the cost research action, others are of the structural and investment funds, and of the of the European Union, the widening work program as a whole. And thank you very much for your attention.